Good morning, dear students. This is your English class by Ajay Verma. Now I will teach you prose, and the first chapter is A Girl with a Basket. This is your syllabus, but some chapters are removed by UP board due to coronavirus, and your syllabus has been already given to you, and I am going to teach you the first chapter, A Girl with a Basket. A Girl with a Basket has been written by William C. Douglas. William C. Douglas was not an ordinary man, but he was a judge of the Supreme Court of the USA. He had visited India in 1950, and during his visit, he had seen many things, and he had described all these things in this lesson entitled A Girl with a Basket. First of all, I tell you what is the background of this lesson. The background of this lesson is just after the partition of India, means in 1947, India was divided into two parts, India and Pakistan, just before freedom. Millions of people, nearly 9 million people left Pakistan and came to India, and all of them were living as refugees in our country, and they were selling hand woven reed baskets, fans, and many other manufacturing things in order to earn their livelihood. When the writer was going from New Delhi to Ranikhet, on his way he met many refugees, boys and girls. Among them, he saw a beautiful 9-year-old girl who had a lovely basket with a handle, and she wanted to sell her basket for 1.5 rupee. But the writer was so impressed with her plight means dayaniya sthiti, that he decided to help her. Instead of buying her basket, he gave her some money, but that little girl was not a beggar. She proved it, and she collected the money and returned him with pride and graciousness of a young lady. The writer was so impressed with her honesty that he told this story to the Prime Minister of that time, Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and he told him that the beautiful girl had given him a glimpse of India, and that was why he had fallen in love with India. Now we shall start the first paragraph of this lesson. The writer says that I had left New Delhi for the Himalayas. You should know here the phrasal verb left for. Left for means set out, prasthan karna, and you should also remember such phrasal words like this. The writer says that I had left in New Delhi for the Himalayas, means the writer was going from New Delhi to the Himalayas. I was going as far as Bareilly. You should also note down the spelling of Bareilly. Just like there are many cities which has a special meaning. For example, your nearest place is Kasya, but Kasya is written in English Kasiya. In the same way, Meerut is written as Meerut, but and in the same way, Bareilly is also written as Bareilly. He says that I was going from as far as Bareilly by train and then by car to Ranikhet. At that time, only passenger trains were moving in our country, and he was going from New Delhi to Bareilly, up to Bareilly by passenger train, and after that he took a car, and he by a car went to Ranikhet. Ranikhet was an British Army hill station located on a 6,000 foot ridge. Ridge means the peak, tila, opposite a 120-mile stretch of snow-capped Himalayas. Ranikhet was situated nearly 6,000 foot above sea level, and this is a ridge, and from this ridge you could see only the stretch of Himalayas nearly from east to west 120 miles. The train was slow, and I have already told you that this was a passenger train, and the train was very slow, and it stopped at all the way station. Means the train was passenger, and that was why it stopped on all the suburban means small stations. At every stop I swung open means झटके से खोलना the door of my compartment. Means the writer was so eager to know about India and Indian people that whenever the train stopped at the platform, he suddenly opened the door of his compartment and walked down the platform in order to meet the people. At that time, now he describes what he had seen on the platform. The platforms were packed with people. Means he says that at that time there was a large crowd on the platforms. On the at the platform he saw Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, soldiers, merchants, priests, pujari, beggars, and hawkers. Hawker means those person who sell their things by wandering from here and there. Almost everyone was barefoot. Means at that time the poverty was so much in India that everyone was nearly barefoot, nange pav, and dressed in loose white garment, and everyone was wearing dhoti and kurta or kurta pajama, white garment, loose type white garment. The writer was eager to know about India, and he wanted to talk to the people, and he said that I would ask at least 3 people before I could find one who spoke English. Means he says that he talked many people, nearly 3 people. After that he got one person who could speak English well, and we would talk world affairs and every major topic. Major topic means headlines. The news means newspaper of the day produced. He says that when he got a person who could speak in English, then they began to talk over the headlines and world affairs, many other things. In this way I was trying to get a feel of the pulse of the nation. To get a feel of the pulse of the nation means to know one's feelings. Means he was talking to the people, to that man, in order to know the feelings of Indian people, check and regarding to their nation, checking opinion against official attitudes and report. And in this way he was trying to know what was the opinion of that person, of the people of those time regarding official persons, and what were their attitudes about the freedom of India. The route means way. After that, in the next paragraph he is going to describe you what did he see on the route. The route lay through one of the richest of India's agricultural areas. Means the train was moving through an agricultural area. This was the upper plain of the upper Ganga river. Means the railway line was passing along with the Ganga river, and this was the plain means samtal of the upper Ganga river, 8,000 feet above sea level, and its height was from the sea level was 1,000 feet. But tropical means it was hot, and the Ganga was brown silt. For the first time he had seen the Ganga, because he had only read about it in books. This was the first time he had seen, and he describes at that time the Ganga was, the water of the Ganga was brown silt, Swollen means overflowed with flood water, and at that time the flood had arrived in the Ganga. Its overflow inundating means covered, घेरना thousands of acres of rice. Rice means paddy. Means the swollen water, the flood water of the Ganga had covered nearly thousands acres of paddy field. To the north were jungles, great expanses of grass higher than a man's head. Means he says that on the right south side there was Ganga, and on the north direction he saw jungles, and in jungles he saw grasses which were higher than man's head. And after that he says unbroken, means the expanse of the grass was continuous except for an occasional clump of trees. But sometimes clump of trees is a collective noun, and this is used only for trees, यानी पेड़ों का झुंड. Just like bunch of grapes, bunch of stars, it only used for stars and grapes. In the same way, clump is a collective noun which is used especially for trees. He says that the home of tigers, in the forest he saw home of tigers, home of elephants, home of pythons and cobras. Everywhere else there was flat land. On the other side there was flat land running to the horizon. Horizon means क्षितिज, but dotted here and there by the sacred means holy banyan tree. Means in the plain areas there was nothing, only fields, but somewhere you can see that there were pakar trees. Banyan tree are rows of pakar trees shaped like elms and having thick twisted trunks, and these trees had twisted means ऐंठे हुए trunks. Hot humid air was moving in from the southwest. At that time he describes that hot and humid means wet, उमस से भरा हुआ, was moving in from the southwest. Monkeys, some of them mothers with babies clinging to them and riding underneath, and he saw some monkeys and some of them had babies, and babies were riding underneath of their mother. Swung off trees at the station looking for food, and these monkeys came down from the trees in order to get food from at the station. After that he describes what did he see in the villages. The villages we passed had walls made of mud mixed with water and cow dung. Cow dung means गाय का गोबर. Means he saw in the villages the walls were made of mud. Mud means soil, and there was a paste of cow dung over them. After that he describes what were the roofs. Their peaked roofs were thatched bundles of grass tied to bamboo poles. Means there were only huts, and these were tied with bamboo poles stretched across the rafter, and he saw that these huts were supported by rafter. Rafter means balli. That day the pumpkin vine means kaddu की लताएं that grew over them were in bloom. Means at that day he saw that the vines of the pumpkin which were strewn on the hut were in bloom in yellow flowers, trailing streaks of yellow over the drab wall, and in this way they were making some lines of yellow color with their flowers. At one station, my routine of talking with the people was interrupted. Interrupted means interfered. Means every station at every station he stopped and talked to the people. But at one station, when he got down from his carriage and when he tried to talk to the people, he could not do so. Why? The reason was, as soon as I alighted me got down, a group of young children gathered around me. Means he said that when he got down from his carriage and when he tried to talk somebody, suddenly a group of young children gathered around him. They were selling baskets. Hand woven reed means sarkanda, baskets with simple design and pattern, and these children were selling hand woven reed baskets. The baskets were of simple design and pattern. They held the baskets high and shouting words I did not know. Means he says that these children were holding their were high and they were shouting some words, but he could not understand what were they speaking, but he knew their intention. उनका इरादा समझ रहा था. No, but conveying means informed unmistakably their desire. Means he knew very well what they wanted to say. The writer says that these were refugee children. Who were these children? These were refugee यानी शरणार्थी बच्चे थे. When partition between India and Pakistan was decreed means happened, घटित हुआ, hundreds of thousands of people pulled up their root. Pulled up the roots is also an idiom. Pulled up the root means मातृभूमि को त्यागना, जन्मभूमि को त्यागना. Means when partition between India and Pakistan was decreed, hundreds of thousands of people left Pakistan and came to India. 9 million people left Pakistan and came to India at that time, when the whole population of India was nearly 32 or 35 crore. Nearly 9 million, 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. Means 9 million means nearly 90 lakh people came from Pakistan and began to live in India. Driven means you can say that they were beaten and made them run away. उन्हें भगा दिया गया by the fear of religious fanaticism. Religious fanaticism means communal rights यानी सांप्रदायिक दंगे. Means at that time Hindu Muslim communal rights was so much that these people ran away from there and came to India. They were poor people to start with. When they began their journey, they were already poor. They were poorer as they began their long trek means journey, and when they began their journey, they became more poor. For all they could carry was a bit of food and a few belongings, and the distance was so much that they could not bring a lot of things with them, and therefore they could carry only those things which they could bring easily with them. Soon they were out of food, and when they began their journey after 2 or 3 days, they became out of food, and after that they took rest on the way. A few days after they started, they began to fall by the wayside from the weakness of hunger. Means when their food was empty, they waited for some day, but when they could not get food from anywhere, they now began their journey again. But due to weakness and hunger, they began to fall by the wayside, and some of them died where they fell. This was the very pathetic condition of that time. Today I have taught you this lesson, but further paragraphs will be taught to you in the next video. Okay, thank you.